war over a tea unmade. An old score settled and now new alliances formed, but an arch enemy rises. Will they make the tea as three completely normal people, or at least the most normal we could find at this short notice, take on one expert at Magic the Gathering? This is NRB Versus. Hello and welcome to NRB Versus, where three of our players from NRB take on an expert in their field. This time I'm joined by Blair and Dom.
Yes.
Who will be playing who will be playing Magic the Gathering against Wally from Chad Magic, who has been helping us with all of our Magic the Gathering videos so far. Thank you so much, Wally, but we're gonna crush you.
I think there will only be three who will be crushed.
Whoa.
And I might be one of them, but it will be at least two of you.
Oh.
I'm going to use attrition to grind you down by asking you questions. Every single card.
So yeah, this is a format that we're resurrecting, in which we play against an expert in their field. We ask them questions about the game that they're playing and all the sorts of things that they get up to in that. And we also want to thank Magic the Gathering for sponsoring this video and sending us the new Duskmourn set that we are playing with, which has the Arch Enemy format, a rebirth of the Arch Enemy format in it, which we'll be playing today, which is 3-on-1.
It is,
Yeah.
yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more about Arch Enemy?
So Arch Enemy is designed, as you say, it's to be 3-on-1. Differences to regular Commander is that everybody starts on 60 life, with you guys sharing a life total. So when I do my attacks, I can choose to attack any one of you, but any one of you can also block. So it's exciting.
But you also get these cards as well.
Yes, but to even the score, I get these Malevolent Schemes, which I will reveal at the start of my first main phase each turn, and make it a little bit less unfair on you guys.
Oh, great. Just what we needed.
We really were hoping for the advantage here.
And also, I always go first.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Stupid Wally.
But if you want to check out any of the cards that we're going to be playing with today, because we are playing with 4 different Duskmourn sets, which we'll go through in a second, and you want to find out more about Magic the Gathering, then click the link in the video description down below. Okay, so before we kick off the game, shall we go through each deck that everyone is playing? Wally, do you want to go first?
So, to introduce myself, my name's Wally. From Chad Magic, we make Commander content for YouTube. Go check it out. And today, I'm here to settle a score. Because I've sat in this room for hours watching these toads desecrate the game of Magic. And I'm here to show them how it's done and vanquish them and send them all to the big haunted house plane where they will die, probably.
Oh, no.
Whoa!
Big talk.
Yeah,
Big talk.
big, well, just wait till you see my first play and you'll be like, well, that's all he's got that's big. And speaking of things that aren't big, my commander is a little girl.
Oh.
So I'm playing Aminatu, and what my deck wants to do is manipulate the top card of its library, and then the first card I draw each turn, if it's the right type of card, I can play for a much reduced cost to make my opponents suffer.
And that deck's called Miracle Worker as well.
It is, yes, because that mechanic is called Miracle. But the ones who will need a miracle are you three.
Oh.
No.
I have
the
a feeling
smack talk's
he's
good.
right.
Smack Talk is good. Yeah.
I'm using it all now. It's all gone now.
Yeah.
My smack talk is like, you're going down. I'm gonna get you. Watch out.
Dom's Smack Talk is, what does this do again?
My smack talk is, okay, hang on, I think I understand this.
Hold on, everyone.
Well, I'm doing this right. I think I can do this.
Hey, look, we did some of the finest team that we could. We've got 3 guys in glasses. Like, you know. My deck is called Endless Punishment, which I think makes Hellraiser happy. This is Volgavoth is.
That's his name?
Yes, Hellraiser. His name is Hellraiser, as far as I'm concerned. Pinhead. Anyway, his name is Volgavoth. He is the Harrower of Souls, and he's a moth guy. My deck is mostly about causing damage to myself, or unfortunately my teammates, for additional benefit, and then huge damage to the opponent,
I was
hopefully.
going to say, who is the endless punishment for?
Yeah, yeah, it's you guys.
It's for everybody.
It's for everyone around me. This is how I play all games.
Oh no.
Mothman! Mothman! The mighty Mothman!
I'm playing the deck Death Toll with a Winter Cynical Opportunist, who is definitely just an edgelord, edgy boy who I love him at Christmas. Yeah.
Goes around and be like, Santa isn't real.
Yeah. But I'm going to use that
Krampus?
opportunity to make a present Monopoly myself. Yeah, so he has Death Touch, and basically this deck just wants me to be milling a lot and making tokens on lots of different creatures. So that's very exciting. Also, just so that people aren't commenting about it a ton, I got bit by a dog, so I got this cute scar now. So I'm all good, we're all good, everything's fine. No one panic. All right.
You've got superpowers now.
I have superpowers. I can turn into a dog.
It was a radioactive dog.
It's pretty sick, to be honest. My cat hates it, but I'm into it.
Dog Woman's not a great name.
Hey guys, I'm Dog
I think Stan Lee threw that one out. Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh, I see. The name is Winter.
Winter.
I thought you were a cynical opportunist of winter, which is why I thought it was a Christmas related.
I mean, it can be that
Cynicism.
as well, Dom.
Well,
Don't let it crush your dreams.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're John Lewis is who you're playing as.
Yeah.
I want to make you feel things.
Yeah.
And buy
And
things.
hopefully buy a plush toy.
Yes.
Whatever sad animal we wheel out this year.
It's Dog Woman.
Well, I'm just another elven detective, so
Oh.
I'm actually a human this time. I'm a human. So yeah, the next entrant into this Captain Planet setup we've got going on.
Human.
You're also a little girl.
Yeah.
I'm a woman. Thank you very much. Quite clearly, I think.
I think.
I've got
The foil makes it hard to
You're
see.
presenting.
Yeah, I mean, presenting.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell age without. There's not much context in terms of other things in the environment to suggest how tall they are. So, Dog Woman, Mothman, and
I'm not Dog Woman. I'm just Edgy Boy. I'm Dog Woman.
and Mystery Lady.
This is Edgy Boy.
My deck is called Jump Scare.
Ah!
That actually did scare me then.
It's dangerous. I had coffee in my mouth.
And it's called Jump Scare because I sneak things in again. Very similar to last time, and I did really well last time, so should work out. I sneak things in under cover of cards, and then I flip them.
Oh.
And I flip them. You think it's going to be one thing? Bang! It's another.
You think it's going to be one thing.
I forget what it's
forget
gonna be.
what
check constantly what they are.
Yeah.
So watch out for that. It's actually a tactic I'm using to
Oh.
make the game drag.
It's like a Tommy Cooper magic trick.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Confuse
Hold on a second.
myself. My commander is called Zimone, Mystery Unraveler.
Ooh.
Yes.
Mystery Unravelers.
Yes,
I
and you
like
can tell they're cool because they're not just Simone, they're Zimone. Drew it backwards, made it a Z. That's how you know they're cool. I've got some sort of camera on my hip as well, so I'll be taking pictures of your scared face when you get jump scared.
Like Thorpe Park.
Like Thorpe Park. You can buy the pictures at the end from me.
Extortionately, I assume.
Extortionately high price.
Well, you're probably more than ready for us to get started. So, shall we begin our game?
So let's all draw 7 cards and see if we like what we get.
I can work with this.
Ooh, no, this is a hand and a half, this is.
I'm going to take another 7. I am doing what is known in the business as a mulligan.
A Carey.
A Kerry mulligan.
Brennan,
A Brennan Lee.
I've decided to do another mulligan. I haven't decided.
So
The
you can
cards
keep-
have decided.
Can you keep some of those cards and then...
No, you have to shuffle the whole deck up
to
again.
shuffle
You draw
it.
another 7,
Yeah.
but you put 1 back on the bottom of your deck.
Right.
I shuffled it too good, Dom. Sorry.
Terry has over-shuffled the deck, which means I now only draw 1 land, 1 impossibly expensive creature. So it goes, I get land, sorcery, artifact, impossibly expensive creature.
Yeah.
There is nothing
That's
else.
very
So I'm putting that on the bottom of my deck because that is the card I am not going to have in my hand. That is the price I have paid for the mulligan, the second mulligan.
Carey demands a fee.
insatiable Mulligan.
There is always a toll of Carey Mulligan. Wally, to begin.
Are we ready?
Yeah, I think we are.
Cool. So I shall begin my first turn by drawing a card. That is a card. And at the start of my first main phase, I will unveil my first nefarious scheme. A premonition of your demise.
Oh.
So it already sounds really bad for you guys.
Yeah.
When I set this scheme in motion, reveal the top 2 cards of my library and put them into my hand. When you reveal 1 or more non-land cards this way, this scheme deals damage equal to their total mana value to any target.
Oh my god.
What?
We're just taking a lump immediately.
You just turned up.
Haven't even played a
If he
card.
turns over like 8
could
mana
be you.
summon.
Yeah.
Bone.
We're so bone. Why did we agree to this? No. Sorry, you organised this.
So shall we see what I get?
Yeah.
A Soaring Lightbringer, which is a 5 mana spell.
Oh,
Whoa.
no.
And a Life Insurance, which is also a 5 mana spell.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, piss.
Oh, well, it'd be
It's 10.
10 damage.
Why couldn't your scheme have been like eat out to help out? Or
And
like,
it doesn't matter in any way, but I'm going to choose to deal it to Dom and Laurie.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
already.
I
But we
still
share a
take
life
the damage
total, so
anyway,
we are.
So I get 2 extra cards and I dome you for 10. I love this.
We are a Cerberus of incompetence.
Wow, what a start. And then this scheme will go back on the bottom of my scheme deck. I mean, on my first main phase, like I'm just going to have to discard cards now. So anyway,
What's the hand limit?
the hand limit is 7.
The hand
And
limit
I am
is
a little bit over 7. So I'm going to play a Temple of Enlightenment that enters tapped, and I will scry 1. And I will leave that card on the top. I will then finish my turn, and I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in hand.
Oh.
So I will discard a Humble Plains and a not so humble one with the Multiverse.
Wow.
And yeah,
Oh, I don't
Good luck, guys.
There's a real evil glee in your eyes after that turn,
like
Wally.
this.
we may be seeing that one with the Multiverse again soon.
Oh, no.
So, Wally, can you tell me about the schemes? 1, why have you got so many? 2, where do they come from? And 3, where do you get them if you want to play?
Sure. So the schemes were introduced to sort of balance the game a little bit more because obviously 3v1, you guys are drawing 3 cards a turn, playing potentially 3 lands a turn and all of that other stuff. So it just means that I have a bit more agency in the game being by myself. Now there are 40 in this pile. Each of the Duskmourn precons comes with 10. I've decided to make it a little bit more interesting by shuffling them all together and playing with the lot of them. So you can play with just 10 if you want to, if you're playing with friends who all own their own decks, but you just as equally, you can shuffle them all together, and you can even include the schemes from Archenemy Nicol Bolas, which came out a few years ago, if you've got them.
Great, and because this is a sort of reimagining of the Archenemy format, right? This is a resurgence.
That's right, yeah. So they made a few changes, obviously new schemes to make it more interesting. But I think the combination of the life totals is the main thing. The main reason being that in the old format, you had 20 life each. So it just made the most sense for me to focus down on one of you, take you out one at a time, which means that poor Dom, who I would definitely have killed first.
Because I'm the biggest threat.
Yes.
Yes. Or the softest target.
Poor Dom would just be sat there scratching his head while I play with you guys. So it just means that it's a bit more fun for the team of 3, basically.
Yeah, great. And just to clarify, a precon is a pre-constructed deck, which is the
Correct,
ones we're playing with. These are all ones that you can buy from the Duskmourn set, but you also, in this format and in Commander, can make your own deck.
Absolutely, yeah. So I have. Well, you never ask a commander player how many decks they own. It's rude. But I have a number of decks that I shall not reveal, and I sometimes play with them.
So the first thing we do on a phase of Magic is we draw a card, don't we not?
You would normally untap.
We would untap.
You have nothing to
we have
untap.
nothing to untap, so we're going to draw a card.
Yes.
We're doing this together. Yep, I'm with you. I've got it. Yep.
Beautiful.
Okay. Oh, go. Wow.
That's
well.
the draw I needed.
Game-
All right, Wally,
a game
you're going
changer.
down.
Unlikely.
It's happening.
But can you do 10 damage to me on turn 1?
I
That was so
can
ridiculous.
with
Oh.
this swamp.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
There you go.
And I can with this Temple of Milady, which enters tapped, but I get to scry 1, which means I get to look at this top card here.
Well. Wouldn't you like to know what I can do? I'm going to sacrifice these Evolving Wilds, which means I can search my library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle.
So how did you get into Magic the Gathering, Wally?
What a story. So my friend and co-host Christian, who co-hosts Chad Magic with me, he started playing Magic long before me. And it was always, oh, why don't you play Magic, Wally? Have a game of Magic. Why don't you'll really enjoy it? And eventually I caved and had a game of Magic and I hated it. So Christian played the blue deck And the way that blue works in Magic is it stops the other players from playing.
Yeah.
Which if you're teaching someone to play Magic, don't
Not
play
good.
blue. Let them play. Even let them win.
Yeah.
So, you know, put me off Magic for a while. Give it another go. Really enjoy it. And then partway through lockdown, Magic the Gathering comes out on Arena. So if you're looking to get into Magic, MTG Arena is really good on iPad, computer, various other devices as well. And I wasted about 18 hours one day playing Magic Arena. And it was all... That's the start of the story, really, and now here I am having a moderately successful Magic the Gathering YouTube channel.
Yeah, if you want to go and subscribe to Chad Magic on YouTube, go follow the link in the video description down below.
Yeah, we just hit 10k the day before filming this.
Hey!
Ooh, congrats!
Okay.
You did it.
We got there.
I bloody did it, didn't I?
Well done.
Destroyed one
Good job.
land for another.
It fuels the graveyard, and there's actually a discourse going on in the Magic community right now about how important thinning your deck out is. So yeah.
What I can say is, going through that deck made me realise it was in need of a shuffle.
Oh.
So I might not be in a better position, because as we know, Terry over-shuffled the deck.
If you overshuffle something, it eventually becomes unshuffled again.
Yes, it's now all in alphabetical order. Miraculously.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you guys would have had a bit more. Okay.
Ah, it's a trap.
Well, let's see if I can see what I have in my sleeve this time. First I will untap, and then I will draw. And I will unveil my next scheme. When will you learn? When you set this scheme in motion,
Blair can't learn.
each opponent exiles the top card of their library. You may cast any number of spells from among cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs. Oh wow, that's good. So let's see these top cards, guys.
Mountain.
Land.
Beast creature.
Okay, so I didn't whiff then. So what is this? Thunderfoot Baloth, a 5/5 with trample and ability called Lieutenant. As long as you control your commander, Thunderfoot Baloth, got it right that time, gets +2/+2, and other creatures you control get +2/+2 and have trample. Well, thank you, Dom. I will cast this without paying its mana cost.
And we exile these, so they go,
yes, they
leave
just go
the
to your
game
exile pile,
completely.
yeah.
Oh.
Exiling is different from card being discarded to the graveyard. It means it moves out of the game.
Yeah. So there are a few cards that care about cards in exile, but mostly once it's exiled, it's gone forever. Well, this turn's been great already.
We are so boned. Like,
Yeah, we're
unbelievably
absolutely-
boned.
There is a slight silver lining to this, in that this has summoning sickness at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
But next turn, you'll be sorry.
It's squiffy at the moment. I've got a dicky trouble.
So I will commence my first main phase by playing a Caves of Koilos, which can tap for a white or a black, doing 1 damage to me, but I will be tapping it for a colourless, and this as well, to play an Azorius Signet for 2 mana. It's an artifact. I can pay 1 into it and tap it to add a white and a blue.
Oh, very good.
So you may be seeing my commander next turn.
No.
that
Stop it.
Stupid little
Can I
girl.
see what she does?
You may. And with that moderately successful turn,
Yeah.
I will pass it back.
Oh, no, I'm not getting a mountain. So untap your cards.
Doodly-doo.
Draw a card.
Doodly-doo.
I'm going to play this Terramorphic Expanse.
So that's the same as Evolving Wilds.
Same as
basically.
Evolving Wilds, yes.
Let's have a basic land.
I've got
Blue.
tainted wood.
Ah.
Touch me, darling. Tainted wood.
Oh, there's a joke there.
That's not a really nice way to tell someone you've got an STD. Jane, I'm sorry, but I've got tainted wood.
Temple of Milady and my tainted wood.
The Temple of My Lady gave me tainted wood.
And this means I can actually play something, you guys.
Oh my god, I can play something. Can you believe this?
I know, we're doing it,
We're doing it.
Tom.
What are you playing, Blair?
Okay, I'm going to play. I'm going to tap both of these. To play Deathcap Cultivator, who lets me tap to add a swamp or a forest, and also has Delirium, which I cannot do yet. Delirium means that my Deathcap Cultivator has Death Touch as long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. I currently do not have a graveyard, so they do not have that yet, but they still give me lands, which is nice.
And the thing to note as well is this deck contains lots of artifact and enchantment creatures,
Yes.
so 1 card counts as 2 card types. So, well constructed, well done guys.
So I can choose to tap this as a land or tap it for its effect.
It can't tap for mana.
Can't tap
The
for
only
mana.
thing
I
it
can
does
only
is
tap
goes
it
and
for its
fetches a
effect.
land.
So I will therefore tap it for its effect now, so I can look through my deck while Dom does what he needs to do.
So I'm going to tap these 2 lands here. We've got a green and a blue, which means I can play Overgrown Zealot. I can tap them to add 1 mana of any colour, or I can tap them to add 2 mana of any 1 colour, but that has to be spent only to turn permanents face up, which is obviously irrelevant right now. But it's a bit of defense that we didn't have before.
And it's your commander's next turn, guys. So these cards are actually called mana dorks in the context of Magic. Yeah. But also more interesting, there are some cards that are like them that tap for mana equal to their power, and they're called mana chads.
Mana chads. I love
Mana
that.
chads.
So yeah, there you go. There's some interesting, maybe not that interesting context for you.
Oh no, we get the lingo down. People won't think we're complete idiots. Mana dorks.
They'll still think that, though. You said you played all of these decks before, and that one's your favorite.
Yes.
Why is that your favorite?
I just love the idea of always being in control of what's on top of your library.
Okay.
So I'm a bit of a control freak, me. You know, that's why I ended up being the arch enemy, I guess, because no friends.
Because you're a control freak.
Yeah.
We're not friends.
Okay, well, I have used my Terramorphic Expanse to bring a mountain.
Whoa!
Well done.
I mean, that is impressive, isn't it?
Another mountain. Well, what are you two chuckleheads going to do?
I've got this overgrown.
Yeah, they've made a play, yeah.
I've got a mana dork over
Made
here.
a play.
Same!
I've changed some things around.
Moved the mountain.
I moved the whole mountain over.
All
here.
right, Hannibal.
I swapped one of these for one of those.
All right,
In
Wally.
theory.
You,
Let's
you
have
ready?
it.
Let's have it. Yeah, so I'll untap. I will draw.
Ooh. He didn't damage his last turn, so he's lost his touch.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Started strong and fading out, but let's see what my next scheme is.
I hate this
Time
schemes.
bends to my will.
Oh.
When you set this scheme in motion, take an extra turn after this one. Skip
No!
taps. Okay, so I'll get 2 turns. That seems all right, doesn't it?
Ridiculous.
That seems pretty good to me.
I don't know why you get to go first. This guy's cracked.
But I do skip the untap step though, so it's really in many ways just an additional card. And an
Right,
additional
exactly.
scheme.
So you get an extra draw.
Yeah. Okay, so that'll go on the bottom, and I will go to the first of my
Oh,
2
and you get to
turns.
play an extra land, I guess.
I do
as
get an
well.
extra land. Yeah, that's correct. Skipping the untap, it like depowers it, makes it quite fair, I think. But I will play my land for turn, which is an Adarkar Waste. It's like the Caves of Koilos, except it is white or blue. And what I will do is pay a colourless into Azorius Signet, then tap these 2 lands, dealing 1 damage to myself. Doing your job for you guys, you know.
Thank you.
Someone's got to do the job
Just
around
keep
here.
doing. Just do that 59 more times.
Yeah, so I'm down to
If you could just,
59 life.
We'll just survive.
we'll just hang on.
Yeah.
And I will play Aminatu Veil Piercer.
Oh.
Boo.
So this is a 2/4. At the beginning of my upkeep, I surveil 2, which means I look at the top 2 cards of my library. I can put any number of them in the graveyard, or I can put them back on top any way I choose. And then each enchantment card in my hand has Miracle. Its Miracle cost is equal to its mana cost reduced by 4. Now, saying it's in my hand is a little bit misleading, because if I draw a card as it goes between the deck and my hand, it is in my hand. But you can only Miracle the first card you draw each turn. So for transparency, what I'll do is when I draw, I'll just put my deck down, draw a card, and then I'll either play it or I won't.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens anyway. The fact that I won't be able to untap means I won't be able to do it next turn anyway. But we will go to combat,
No!
because I can attack with my Thunderhoof Baloth. And it doesn't...
My Thunderhoof Bale.
And it's mine now!
Rubbish.
And seeing as I domed Laurie and Dom before, I will swing this at Blair. It's a 5/5 with trample.
All right. Well,
Are we okay to just take 5?
we'll take 5.
Take 5!
Take 5, guys.
But you are technically on the scoreboard with me on 59.
Woo!
I will pass the turn to myself. So I will have my upkeep, and my commander will allow me to surveil 2.
Oh.
So I will look at the top 2 cards in my
God.
library. Okay. I'm actually going to put them back in exactly the same order. And then I will draw for turn. What a surprise that card was. And then I will unveil my next scheme.
Do you get another one of these?
I do.
Wait, what? You do?
I get
Do
another
you know
one
what?
of
I'll
those.
just make you a tea. I'll make you a tea.
Right, so let's see what my next scheme is. Rot like the scum you are.
Oh,
Which is actually the name of the
it's about you
scheme.
guys.
When you set this scheme in motion, create a 2/2 green ooze token, then put a number of 1/1 counters on it equal to the number of lands your opponents control.
Ow.
It'll be a 6/6. I think the ooze tokens will be in your deck, Ron.
Oh, I have an ooze.
Sweet,
And then
thank
I've
you.
got Devils.
There you go.
So, thank you, Blair, for your ooze. I will
You're so
place that on the
welcome.
battlefield with 6 +1/+1 counters on it. And I'm going to read you the flavour text off this as well. Defy me, and you will dissolve inch by screaming inch.
Screaming into
So
the
that
tainted
the
wood.
tainted wood. Yeah. Which
inches
Blair's
of-
ooze that causes the
Yeah.
tainted wood.
6 inches of tainted wood. Slowly getting dissolved.
Slowly dissolving.
Okay, I'm going to play this Tainted Isle.
All right, there you go.
Which I can tap
It's
for a
spread now.
It's spreading everywhere.
Started on the wood and now it's on the aisle.
Tainted taint is what you got to worry.
Yeah.
So it can tap for a colourless, or it can tap for a blue or a black, but only if I control a swamp, which I don't at the moment, but I do have my black sources anyway. Combat.
Ow.
I can still swing,
Oh.
but you actually can block my commander for free with your mana dork there, Dom, so there's actually no point in me doing that. Yes, I don't think there's much point in doing anything else. I'll give you guys a chance, you know,
Oh, good.
because we're all
Yeah.
friends here, but you guys are obviously learning to play Magic right now, so yeah, I'll let you...
No, we've learned to play Magic. We just seem like we're learning right now.
I've technically been playing for like 15 years.
I'll learn, yeah. Anywho, you guys fire away.
Okay, I'm going to quickly tell you about the NRB live tour. So, NRB is going to be in Manchester on the 13th of October, and then the 15th and 16th of October, they're going to be in London, and then in Birmingham, they're going to be on the 17th of October. Okay, and you better get your tickets now because it's your last chance. It's your very last chance. Please, just get it now. Just get it quickly, now, right now. Yep, the link's in the description. Just get it right now. Okay, and also Blair's going to be there. Laurie, me, Dom, Rosie, John, Sam C, bunch of others. Ellen from Oxford, she's going to be there too. And I've only got 10 seconds. Okay, please, just get your tickets now. Get your tickets right now. Please, get them. If you don't get them, oh, please, I'm going to explode!
Untap. Draw.
Oh, I have this land.
Oh, wait, no, maybe I
The
can.
Graven Cairns.
Oh, okay.
I can play Drownyard Temple, which is a land, and I can tap these. I can tap my mana dork. I'll do that now. Tap the overgrown zealot for 1 mana of any colour. And it doesn't really matter what colour because I've already got a green and a blue. And then 1, 2, and Zimone's out and about. Zimone has landfall. Whenever a land I control enters, I manifest dread if this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn. Otherwise, I may turn a permanent I control face up. So the first time in each round one of my lands comes out, I can do that. And then the next time a land comes out on that turn, if I play another land, I can flip stuff up
Great.
for free.
I'm going to tap all these boys. Tappy tap boys.
Tippity tap tap tap.
To bring out Vile Smasher the Fierce.
Ooh.
Vile Smasher is a legendary creature, a goblin berserker. It's a 2/3. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, choose an opponent at random.
Oh no!
Vile Smasher the Fierce deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to that player or a planeswalker that player controls.
Oh, okay, so we're going to start getting some stuff going now, yeah.
Yeah, hitting you behind your people, your wall.
My poor people.
Yeah, by just going behind enemy lines.
I'm going to play Lenoa Wastes, which I can tap as a colorless mana, and I will tap this as a colorless mana, this for a green, and this for a black, to bring in Winter! Cynical Opportunist.
Bah,
He's here.
He's stealing Christmas! Watch out. He has Death Touch, and whenever he attacks, I get to mill 3 cards, which is quite nice, and they also have Delirium, but I still do not have a graveyard!
So, do I get to untap?
Yeah.
If you must.
So I'll go to my turn, and at the beginning of my upkeep, I will surveil 2. So I will look at these top 2 cards. I definitely want the one that I kept last turn. It's just whether I want the other one as well. You know what? I'm going to keep them both on the top in the same order. Yep, untapped. And then I will draw. This is the first card I've drawn this turn, and it's an enchantment, which means it has Miracle.
Oh.
Which means I can cast it for 4 less. So I will tap a blue, taking a damage, doing your guys' job for you again. Come on, guys. And I will tap another blue, not taking a damage, to play Archetype of Imagination, which is a 6 mana spell that I just got for 2. Creatures I control have flying.
Oh.
Creatures your opponents control lose flying and can't have or gain flying. So that sucks for you guys, I
Oh.
think.
Oh, wow.
And then at the start of my first main phase, I will reveal my next scheme. My wings enfold all. When you set this scheme in motion, choose 1. Draw 2 cards. Until end of turn, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Now, do I have any instants or sorceries in hand? I don't. So I will just draw 2 cards,
Oh my god.
which seems pretty good to me.
Oh my god.
And I'll pop that on the bottom there.
I think we'll win.
Yeah,
Right, so I'll play one of the cards I drew, which is an island, and I will make another play.
Maybe don't.
I call this the Jar Jar Binks card.
Oh.
Oh.
Everybody's favourite Star Wars character.
Yeah.
So I'll add a white and a blue from my Azorius Signet, and I'll add a colourless from Caves of Koilos to play Misa Enchantress. I actually need to take a damage from Caves of Koilos, so
Very nice.
Yeah, so I needed to tap that for a white, so I'll go to 57. And what this does, it's a human druid. Whenever I cast an enchantment spell, I may draw a card.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not good, that
So
is
we've
it?
got a board wipe.
We will go to combat.
No.
What's your commander, Blair, in terms of stats?
2-5.
2-5. Okay, so I need to keep something with 5 power up to stop you attacking with it. But I think I will attack with my ooze. And it doesn't matter who I attack because it has flying. So I guess I'll just go at Dom.
I mean, we can't
6
walk it,
damage
so-
in the air.
You don't have reach, do you?
No, I don't have any reach. I've only just got this little goblin fella. I'm having a slow game.
It's a
guys.
39.
That was 6, yeah?
Yeah, 39, Ron.
Great. Lovely.
Everything's flying.
Yeah.
Everything has flying.
I think it's fine.
I think it's...
I think it's fine.
We can't block anything, Laurie.
I love your
It's
faith.
fine.
I love your faith. Can I do anything with that 1 remaining mana? I can't, so I shall pass.
Hey, let's
Good
do
Lord.
it, guys.
Let's
Let's-
have a go.
Let's go.
go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
If I draw another basic,
Ow!
Did you draw another basic?
I'm not going to tell you. I can't tell you that.
Will I know in a minute?
I'm going to
All
play this Schwamp.
Schwamp.
I'm going to play the Schwamp.
Play the Schwamp.
And
I'm sport for choice. Play this island.
Yeah, I'll
Oh.
just show you.
Oh, I played a land. I played a land, which means I can manifest dread.
I mean, it would be quite
Right.
useful.
So I can check these 2 cards on the top, and I can choose to play one face down as a 2/2 creature, and the other goes into the graveyard. But I can turn it face up anytime. If it's a creature, I can turn it face up anytime for its mana cost. So I'm going to manifest this. This is going into the graveyard. It's a forest. That has been manifested as a 2/2 creature. And then, it's not over yet, folks. I'm gonna bring this one in for 3 mana. Ding dong. For 3 mana, I can bring this in, face down.
Oh.
Very interesting, very mysterious. You probably ought to leave us alone now.
Very demure.
Yeah.
Very demure.
Yeah. Blair, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to play a swamp, which I'm then going to tap.
Muted.
And I will tap this for green, because now I have a swamp, so I can do that. And I will tap this for colorless to play Putrefy. And
Oh, no.
You've got an artifact over there that lets you have everything be flying. Do you not?
It's an enchantment, but yes, it's a
It's
creature.
an enchantment.
It's a creature, yeah. You can still hit it, right?
Destroy target artifact or creature.
Yes,
It
you may.
can't be regenerated.
Oh,
Wally.
no.
Don't try regenerating it. I'm watching you.
I'll try. I will try. You mark my words.
Get rid of it. It's
So
gone.
by
By
archetype
your
of
tainted
imagination, we'll go. We'll go to the graveyard. Bye archetype of imagination.
Bye.
So my stuff no
And-
longer has flying. For now.
And then I'm going to tap this for whatever, and this for green. To play Mulch, which is a sorcery. It lets me reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all land cards revealed this way into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. I'm really hoping to get some delirium going. That is not a land, so that will go in there. That is a land, so that will go into my hand. That's enchantment, and that's a land.
Okay, so you've got a creature, an enchantment, and a sorcery.
And an instant.
And an instant.
Oh, and a sorcery, because this
so
will
you'll,
be
so
going
you'll have
in.
delirium on your turn.
Yes!
You'll have delirium.
Okay, so these go into my graveyard, And I now have Delirium. These go into my hand.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Lobotomize her.
So
It's the only sensible
It's the
solution.
only sensible solution.
So I'm gonna stop there, but I will do Delirium after Laurie has his turn.
Are we doing any combat? We're just holding.
Hold the line.
Hold the line.
I've got everyone in the shadows.
Okay,
They
well, in
can't,
that
they can't come
case-
from the shadows yet.
Yeah, I'll do a second main phase, and I will summon my commander, Volgavoth, Harrower of Souls, which is a spell that costs me 4 mana. And when I cast a spell, whenever you cast your first spell each turn, choose an opponent at random, and deal
I'm not
that
here.
amount of the spell's mana value to that player or planeswalker that player controls.
So I have no planeswalkers, so I'll take
Take 4 damage,
4 damage down.
please.
Oh, you said please, I'll decline, thank you. Very polite of you.
It wasn't an offer.
I got that.
I was being British. What I meant was take
Do
the
it.
damage.
Take 4, yeah,
and
take
give
it.
me your land.
I want to know the narrative of how we ended up teaming up against a little girl.
Yeah.
I'm a wizard, you're a warlock, so I feel like we probably got together because this little girl was pissed.
Oh, yeah,
really
she
annoying,
really
yeah.
annoyed
And then
me.
we summoned a demon to
Yeah.
deal with
Yeah,
it.
oh yeah, and
100%,
the
yeah.
cocoon
Completely
demon
over
from
the
the
top.
basement.
Yeah.
Get that thing with 1,000 eyes.
Yeah.
This little girl
10
is ruining
arms.
my Christmas Monopoly.
But my creature has my legendary creature has flying. It's got ward, but I must pay 2 life to have ward. So ward means you have to pay 2 extra mana to target with a spell.
correct, yeah.
Yep. And then also, whenever an opponent loses life for the first time during each of their turns, put a +1 counter on Volgavoth, Harrow of Souls, and I get to draw a card.
We're going to ruin that little girl's Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's time. All your clothes eaten by moth.
Oh.
Jumpers ruined.
That's me done.
Is that you done?
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna activate Delirium.
Yeah.
So because I have 4 different cards, or like 4 different types of cards in my graveyard, I can use Delirium with my commander here. So what he lets me do is at the beginning of your end step, you may exile any number of cards from your graveyard, with 4 or more card types among them. If you do, put a permanent card from among them onto the battlefield with a finality counter on it. So I am going to bring in Dead Bridge Chant and exile these other 3 cards. So they are joining my Woodland Cemetery. When Dead Bridge Chant enters, mill 10 cards.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
At the beginning of your upkeep, choose a card at random in your graveyard. If it's a creature card, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hand. So I'm gonna mill 10 cards now.
You are gonna mill
which
10
is very
cards now.
exciting. So do I look at them when I do it?
Yeah, we all
or-
get to see them, yeah.
Ooh. Number 1.
Grapple with the... with the past. I thought it said with the rats. Grapple with the rats.
Oh no! Oh,
But it means you might be able to get it back.
Ooh. 1, 2, 3,
Rat
4,
fighter.
5,
Ooh.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, but then you also might have all the things to do delirium again.
Next
That's
turn.
So these
crazy.
go into my graveyard.
Correct, yeah, they go to your
Which is
graveyard.
fantastic.
Absolutely crap.
And this needs a finality counter on it.
Yeah, it's the skull one there.
Is it this one?
Yeah, and what a finality counter means is that if I somehow destroy your enchantment, it gets exiled rather than going to your graveyard.
Right, cool. So at the beginning of my upkeep next time, I'll get to do that.
Well, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
I may have a trick up my sleeve.
No, don't have a trick.
Maybe. No.
If you've got a board wipe and we've made all this progress, I'm going to be very cross.
All this progress.
We shall
much
see.
progress.
I mean, we've finally started doing something.
This
Yeah.
pitiful progress.
All right. Wally, over to you.
All right, so I will untippity tap. At the beginning of my upkeep, Surveil 2. I'll also untap my ooze.
Wow.
So I will look at these 2
Don't tap
cards.
your ooze.
Bloody ooze.
Oh, don't get bloody ooze
I
either.
want to see a doctor if you have bloody use, guys.
Especially on your tainted wood.
Especially on tainted wood. That's how you know it's tainted.
Oh,
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to, of these 2 cards, I'm going to put Dream Eater into my graveyard, and I'm going to put this card on top. I will then draw, and it is an enchantment, so it has Miracle for 4 less. So, I will tap
miracles.
a black,
This is
taking
what
the
people said about
damage
Jesus.
down to
It
52.
sounds like the Romans. Sickening
And
miracles.
I need a white, so I will get a white here. Yes, I'll get a white here. To play Athreos, Shroud Veiled. A legendary enchantment creature, a god. It's
Just play the
indestructible.
god. It's fine.
Just playing a
Indestructible?
god. It's indestructible.
So it can't be destroyed at all.
It can be exiled, but it can't be destroyed. As long as my devotion to white and black is less than 7, Athreos is not a creature. So devotion is the number of pips that I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6. So it is currently not a creature. At the beginning of my end step was a coin counter on another target creature. Whenever a creature with a coin counter on it dies or is put into exile, return that card to the battlefield under your control. And because I cast an enchantment spell, I will draw a card off my Misa Enchantress. This is what we call a value engine. So I'll put it down here because it's currently not a creature, but it might become one soon. We shall see.
Creature.
And then we'll go to my main phase and I will reveal my scheme.
Oh God,
It's not even started.
I forget about this every time.
Your plans mean nothing.
No,
We
they
could've-
do.
we could've
I
told
worked
you
so
that.
hard.
When you set this scheme in motion, any number of target players each discard their hands. Each opponent draws cards equal to the number of cards that player discarded -1. Then if you discarded a card this way, draw 7 cards. So I can choose who discards their hand and draws. I'm going to choose to not target myself. How many cards do you all have in hand?
6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
4.
I'm going to choose all 3 of you.
To discard
So
our
you'll
hand.
discard your hand and you will draw that many cards
2,
minus
3,
1.
4, 5. I'm sad about one of those cards.
I'm kind of fine with this.
So we're in my first main
excised.
phase. It's a nice graveyard you've got there, Blair. It'd be a real shame if somebody played Bajuka Bog and exiled it.
No, don't exile
It's
my
gone.
graveyard.
Safe in E.
No.
That's like half your deck.
That's so annoying. Oh.
Welcome to the world of Arch Enemy. You can see why I've got no friends now. But that's not all. I have things to do. Right. So I'm going to start by casting a sorcery. I will tap a blue to cast Ponder. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. You may shuffle, and then I draw a card.
Wow.
So let's see what's on top. Wow, Blair's really not happy about that.
Oh, I could. If you knew why, yeah. If
So
you knew the card,
angry. I'm so mad.
it's the last sentence on the card.
I'm going to choose to shuffle. I don't want any of those cards.
Right, yeah.
Would have been.
That would have been
Might
insane.
have won the game for us.
Well, it's probably
Not
good that
today.
I exiled that graveyard then, isn't it? However, you do still have it, and you may rebuild your graveyard.
What are your best advice for not getting tilted, Wally?
Best advice for not getting tilted? I don't know, I'm really bad at it. No, what you've got to remember is Commander is a casual format. It's all about fun. And the way you've got to approach it is, if my deck does its thing, then I've had a good time. Because the reality of Commander is you will win a quarter of your games. So if you're going in it, if you're really competitive, there is like a very competitive variant of Commander called Competitive EDH, which I play. And that's really fun for different reasons.
Yeah.
But just the same way, you can only expect to win a quarter of your games. And I will now draw a card. Oh, I've just drawn a really cool card. Oh, I can't wait to play that next turn.
It is interesting seeing each turn. Like, I wonder how we're going to be shafted this time.
Yeah.
Quite interesting.
I wonder what new horror will come out
Yeah.
of that deck.
Look, we've got him down to 52. All us, we did that.
Well, it's interesting actually because you guys are kind of stabilized a bit. I don't think there's any good attacks right now. So I'm going to pass through combat with no attacks.
Oh, look at
It's your
us.
lucky day.
Real,
done it.
It's real progress.
We've done it.
And what
We've
I'm gonna,
done it. It's as good as winning.
We've done it.
I'm going to tap for 3, like this. And I'm going to cast a Monologue Tax. Trigger Misa Enchantress. I will draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, you create a treasure token. That will also give me the devotion to make Athreos a creature. So I have a 4/7 indestructible blocker at the moment.
Wow.
Okay, so
It's fine. We're gonna be fine.
please cast 2 spells, guys. I will pass the turn.
So,
Untap this.
untapping.
Untap. Untippity tap. Untippity tap.
Tippity tap.
Woo. Come on. Something good. Something that lets me have a massive graveyard.
Okay, here we go. What am I gonna do?
Alright.
I'm gonna play this geothermal bog,
Oh,
Nice.
delicious.
which enters
tapped, I think, yeah.
enters tapped. It's one of those Japanese ones.
They're seriously
There's a
cool,
little
those, to be
squirt
fair.
directly up your bum as well. And I think I will also tap all of these. Tap, 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 tap. To play the Falcon Wrath Noble. which is a creature. It is a vampire noble. It has flying. Whenever the Falconwrath noble or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And also that's a 4 mana spell, which activates my Vile Smasher, so you take 4 damage.
Does that also trigger your commander, Laurie? Down
During
to
each
48.
of their turns.
Oh,
so it would have to
okay.
be on your
Only
turn.
on my turn, okay. So I'm currently on 48 life.
48 life. What were
We're
we
at
on? Blair?
39.
Okay.
Pathetic.
Closing the gap.
So
gap
it's
is
getting
pathetic.
there. It's getting there. Are you done with that?
I am
region?
done with that, yes.
Fantastic. Okay. I am going to play Jungle Hollow, which enters tapped. But, guys, when it enters, you gain 1 life.
Oh, wow.
So we're at 40.
Healing.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, guys, I did miss a trigger.
Oh.
So on my end step with Athreos, I was able to put a coin counter on a creature. So I'm just going to do that and pop it on my commander.
What does a coin count?
So if Aminatu is destroyed or put into exile, it will return to the battlefield under my control without the coin counter.
Okay, I am then going to tap this swamp. I've done this the wrong way. I'm going to tap this swamp and this for colorless and this for... Oh. Yeah, this is fine. This is green, colorless, for Ursine Monstrosity, which is a bear mutant.
Oh dear.
It has trample. At the beginning of combat on your turn, mill a card and choose an opponent at random.
Oh no! all these random opponents.
Meeny,
Meeny, miny, wallen.
Ursine Monstrosity attacks that player this combat if able. Until end of turn, Ursine Monstrosity gains Indestructible and gets +1/+1 for each card type among cards in your graveyard. It would have been nice if I had a graveyard. But that's fine.
Quite
So
good.
yeah.
But it's got summoning sickness now, right? So next turn, that's a problem.
yes, I think
Cool.
so. Yeah.
I already played my basic land, which means I get to manifest dread by looking at these two. And oh, interesting. Okay, so I'll put this here, and this one will come in manifested like this. Now then, I'm gonna tap a blue and a green over here. See, blue and a green to cast Growing Dread. When Growing Dread enters, manifest dread. I get to do it again.
Do it again.
Again.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Everyone, budge up. Don't look at that. I should do it face down, shouldn't I? That probably helps. I can get this guy out as well, so I might as well. So I can tap blue and then 2 more manas to bring out Kefnet the Mindful, a god.
Another god.
He's flying and indestructible, but he can't attack or block unless I have 7 or more cards in hand. I have 2.
Okay.
Very good.
Yes.
Great.
But he has another ability, which is if I spend 3 mana and a blue mana, I can draw a card, and then I may return a land I control to its owner's hand.
That is your second spell, so I will create a treasure.
Oh yeah.
Rat.
Feeding my engine, playing into my hands.
Oh, but I feel safer now there's all this stuff on the board.
I also realized I can actually play one more thing, so I will get that on the board. Talisman of Resilience. It's an artifact.
Oh,
Does that let you do it again?
it does. I will create a second
no.
treasure token. This is good.
God.
I'm enjoying this.
What do the treasure tokens do again?
They tap for. I sacrifice it for any mana.
Don't worry, Laurie. I've got next turn some mad stuff here.
Okay, good. Just out of curiosity, what's your flying and reach situation?
It's nil. Nil pois.
Nil pois. Okay, cool. Well, I might attack.
Oh,
you have a
yes,
flying
I
commander,
don't
don't
have a
you?
flying commander, so I might
Okay.
attack.
Oh my god. Are you doing it?
Yeah.
You might as well, yeah.
I might as well, for 4 damage.
Yeah.
Tap that baby.
So we're going to combat?
Yeah, combat, there you go.
Cool. So I will take 4. I will go to 44, and that is commander damage. So, Laurie, if you deal 21 damage to me with your commander and ditto for you guys as well, I will die.
I'm
So
the
I'll
win
put
condition,
this
bitches.
number 4 there to remind me.
I would love to attack with mine, but you'll just kill it, so...
I might not.
Because, yeah, it would be helpful to start milling. Because whenever winter attacks, I get to mill 3 cards.
It might be
Which is
helpful to
quite
start milling.
useful. So I might do it.
Okay.
I might do it. Oh, I don't know. Is that stupid? I'm doing it. We're doing it. All right.
We're milling.
We're doing it. So I'm going to attack with my commander, who has Death Touch, but they're a 2/5.
Okay, so it needs to tap, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so your attack trigger will resolve first. You'll mill 3.
1, 2, 3. Wow. All
lands. Well, it's good to get them off
That's
the
actually
top.
good to get them off the top.
Yeah, that seems good. Okay, so we'll go to blockers. It's a 5/5.
2/5.
2/5. Okay, interesting with Death Touch.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do a double block. I'm going to block it with my commander, Aminatu, and Athreos Shroud Veiled. So because I've double blocked, you can choose how you deal the damage. Now Athreos is indestructible,
Yes.
so you might as well just deal all the damage to my commander.
Well, because I've got Death Touch as well, so it will just...
Exactly, so it
Kill
will
it,
just
won't
kill
it?
it, yeah.
Yeah.
But because of the coin counter, it'll come back.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
So your commander will die because I've done 6 damage
Yeah.
to it.
Cool. All right. Woo!
So Aminatu will die, go to the graveyard, come back without the coin counter, and
So-
Athreos is indestructible.
Does this go into my graveyard?
You have the choice. You can leave it in the graveyard, or you can put it back in the command zone.
I think I'd rather put them in the command
It's a
zone.
guarantee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Cool.
I've got enough mana, so it's fine. Do I need to put a counter on it to remind myself that this is its first time going
Yeah, I
into
just put a
the
dice on,
graveyard?
say you've played it
Yeah.
once or something. Yeah.
Well, then we hand over to our arch enemy.
Ah, well, that was quite a good turn. You guys are starting to show some prowess. So I will untap. And at the beginning of my upkeep, I will surveil 2. I'm going to put those both into my graveyard, which is a swamp and an instant called Thirst for Meaning. I will then draw my card. It is not an enchantment, so it does not have Miracle.
Thank God! That's the miracle.
Well, I told you you'd need a miracle, and here we are. Now, first main phase, I will unveil my next scheme. Chaos is my plaything.
Oh.
When you set this scheme in motion for each opponent, exile target permanent that player controls. Then each player reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a permanent card, puts it onto the battlefield, and puts the rest on the bottom of their library in a random order.
I couldn't think of
So
the
I
graveyard.
have no choice. I have to do it. So what shall I exile? I'm going to exile this guy because he's hurting me. I'm going to exile, I guess, Blair. You've got a few options. I'll come back to you. I'll have a think about you. And then Dom, what have you got? Dom has also puzzled me by having nothing good on his board.
Whoa!
He is indestructible.
Yeah,
so,
but it can be exiled, so
Yeah,
that's... Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. He might be worth getting rid of in case he becomes useful. Because he's 5/5. As soon
Are
as I
you-
get 7 cards,
Are you going to draw 5 more cards? I don't...
you never know.
I'm gonna gamble. Dom, I'll hit your commander.
Okay. What happens? They get exiled.
You can choose to put, if they change zone, you can choose to put back in the clan zone,
Yeah.
which if they're exiled, you want to do.
Yeah, because if it's exiled, it's gone forever.
Yeah.
And Blair, what don't I
Which
like?
one? Which one?
No, I'm going to hit the Ursine Monstrosity. Too many hoops to jump through with Athreos. So now what you will all do is you will reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a permanent.
There's
The Harsh
one.
Mentor.
There you go. Human Druid.
Hit it first time. Well done, guys. It goes onto the battlefield.
Oh!
Straight onto
So,
the battle.
so what did you all get?
I got the Harsh Mentor. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land on the battlefield, if it isn't a mana ability, Harsh Mentor deals 2 damage to that player.
Okay, that's interesting.
I mean, I just got a free 4, 5, I got a free 7 cost here. So I've got a Moldgraph Monstrosity
Terrifying.
who has Trample. When Moldgraph Monstrosity dies, exile it, then return 2 creature cards at random from your graveyard to the battlefield. And it is an 8/8.
Okay.
Oh.
Big bug.
Nice.
That seems pretty good, actually.
And I've got the Yavimaya Elder, a human druid, 2/1. When Yavimaya Elder dies, you may search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. And I can spend 2 mana to sacrifice Yavimaya Elder and draw a card.
Okay. We will eventually go to my first main phase.
Ugh.
I will play a land, I'll play a command tower, so it taps for any colour in my commander's colour identity. I'm going to play a card that literally lives rent-free in my head. So it's nice that I get to play it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tap for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Uh-huh.
to play
Good.
Uh-huh.
Fear of Sleep Paralysis.
Uh-huh.
It's a 6/6 with flying. Whenever it or another enchantment I control enters, and whenever I fully unlock a room, tap onto one target creature and put a stun counter on it. There's a bit more text, but I'll explain stun counters first. So what a stun counter means is if there is a stun counter on a creature, if you would untap it, you don't untap it, but instead you remove the stun counter.
Right.
However, there's an additional line of text. Stun counters can't be removed from permanent your opponent's control. So when it's tapped forever!
What?
Oh, God.
What? Oh, I'm so evil.
Is there any way to get rid of it?
Yeah, you can just destroy it, it's a creature. So I can place one stun counter, and I think I'm going to place the stun counter and tap your big boy Blair.
No.
And so that's an ability on a creature.
It's not
that-
activated,
it's not
so
activated.
it's a triggered ability.
trigger.
So unfortunately, you don't get to do your thing.
Now, of course, we don't get anything.
No, of course you don't get anything. I feel like this is discussion of some way to destroy it, which you do need to, by the way, if you can. Let's do some combats. This has summoning sickness. Now, Thunderhoof Baloth has Lieutenant, so if I control my commander, it gets +2/+2, and other creatures I control get +2/+2, which we might have missed on an earlier turn, but it doesn't matter. Okay, and they will have Trample as well. So I will be attacking with Thunderfoot Baloth. I will eventually get that right. At Laurie. With my commander, at Blair. With my Ooze, at Dom. It doesn't matter who I attack, really, because, yeah, you can all block together.
I have nothing that can block now.
Everything
so this
has-
is on you guys.
Everything has +2/+2 and Trample. So 7/7, 4/6, 8/8.
So that's what's that?
Oh, and sorry,
19
when I
damage.
cast my Fear of Sleep Paralysis, I should have drawn a card off Misa Enchantress as well.
And is that activating an ability?
No, that's a triggered ability.
Oh my god.
Well.
fun,
Well. I may as well block. I don't want to block with any of this, but I could block with Yavimaya Elder and they'll die.
You get to do the lands
and I
thing,
get to
right?
do the thing.
Yep. Everything's got Trample, by the way.
All this stuff's coming at us. We're just like,
Yeah.
go out, old man.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Do it.
Please stop.
So 7, 11. What's 11 plus 8? 19
19.
minus 1, that's 18 damage.
18 damage. Yavimaya's dead.
It is.
So
Into the graveyard.
22.
I get to search my library for up to 2 basic land cards.
Did you find your lands then?
I did.
Cool.
I did.
So that is actually 2 more cards in your hand, to be fair. So
It is. It is. Getting there.
We are
Testing out the
getting
mindful.
there.
Yeah.
He's gonna do something any day now.
Well, the good news is I have a plan, or at least
Oh.
the concept of a plan. Right, second main phase. We're going to tap for 2, one of which will be a white, and sacrifice a treasure to add another colour, it doesn't matter which, to play Timely Ward. It's an enchantment aura. I may cast it as though it had flash if it targets a commander, it doesn't, so I'm just casting it at sorcery speed. And enchanted creature is indestructible. And I'm going to put that onto my Fear of Sleep Paralysis, which is now indestructible. Now I have a cast trigger off Misa Enchantress, I'll draw a card. And there is an ETB trigger on Fear of Sleep Paralysis. So whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, I may tap a creature, put a stun counter on it. So who am I going to put to sleep now? I think, Laurie, you attacked me with your commander, so I'll put a stun counter on your commander, which means that it won't untap on your next turn.
Oh dear.
So until Fear of Sleep Paralysis goes away,
Yeah.
you can't remove stun counter, so it's tapped forever. And somebody, when I played it on our channel, ruined my game with this because they had 2 of them.
oh my
Two.
goodness.
It was brutal.
Was any of that activating an ability?
No, it's
Was
all trig-
sacrificing activating.
It's all
an
triggered
ability?
abilities. It's all triggered abilities.
What does this do?
Oh, sorry. Hang on. Yes, so I will take 2 damage off sacrificing my treasure. So down to 42.
Lovely, which means I get a +1 counter on my commander. Useful though he is, I get to draw a card.
Well, drawing the card's good.
Yeah, drawing a card is good.
I will go to my end step and I can place a coin counter on something. And I think the way I win this game is by just controlling you all. So I'm going to double protect my Fear of Sleep Paralysis by placing a coin counter on it. So now it's indestructible, and if you can exile it, it will return to the battlefield.
Wow.
So come at me.
Untap
Okay,
everything that's not
Here we go.
dead. Don't
We're
worry,
gonna get
guys.
him.
This is the
It's
turn.
the turn.
This is the turn when we get
Here
him.
we go.
Have
What's
you-
happening
Let's
now?
do it.
How
Have
about
you
this?
ever felt like it's your last turn? Because it might be.
No.
Shall I kick us off with something interesting?
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
go on.
A hot turn begins with me playing this mountain next to my
Very hot.
geothermal bog. But I have actually got quite a good play, I think.
Oh, yeah, wow. Okay.
so I'm gonna
I
do-
don't like that.
I'm going to do 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, this is
Yes, it is
This
a big
does seem
turn.
big.
It's a huge turn as I play the sadistic shell game. Exxon Valdez. Starting with the next opponent in turn order, each player chooses a creature you don't control. Destroy the chosen creature, which I think, if I'm reading it correctly in this format, means you're going to go first. And You're going to get to pick one of the creatures that you don't control, so something that Dom, Blair, or I control. But each player gets to pick. So we get, as a team, 3 picks of creatures that we don't control.
so
Unless we want to start swinging for each other, just to make it a little bit harder. We're going to get to destroy
Let's
3.
do it.
Can I attempt to sow some discord within the team?
Yeah.
Laurie said your glasses were stupid.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
And your tea-making skills were weak.
Wow. That's...
That little tinkle of piss water that you call tea, Dominic.
Well,
Now he's doing my job for me.
yeah.
I get that way.
So I can blow something up first, but it can't be one of Laurie's cards, which is annoying because it probably would have been one of those actually. Okay, so it's one of Dom's manifests. Now this is the one you've been looking at. So I don't know if that means it's good, but it does mean you know what it does, which automatically makes it the best. So,
Excellent. It was the Temur War Shaman. Pretty good. So that's in the graveyard, is it?
that's right. Yep.
And that goes back over there. And let's hope I didn't use some psychology on you to trick you into choosing that one, because there's something better elsewhere.
Maybe there is, but yeah. So these 2 things can't be destroyed because they're indestructible. But do your worst, guys.
I think here, so our options really of creatures, we've got these 4 creatures down the front, from Misa to Thunderfoot. I think Thunderfoot has to go.
They have to go.
I think the Ooze probably has to go.
Yes, please.
And then it's a choice between Misa, Jar Jar Binks, and the Commander.
As if
I
that's
think,
still.
I think Mesa.
I think because, well, Mesa feeds the engine, right?
Yeah.
And if we destroy the Commander goes
They'll
back
just
to
come
the command zone, costing 2 more, which Wally has loads
Easily.
of mana for. So I think we actually destroyed these 3.
I agree.
I agree.
Are we agreed on those 3?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So Thunderfoot will go to your graveyard because I believe that's your card. Yes.
It is, yeah.
That's actually your ruse token.
Oh, thank you.
And Misa, so the only card that's actually mine.
Yeah.
So my board's looking a little bit sad now.
I did the Tommy Cooper trick.
Well done. Okay, can I go?
You can,
I'm excited.
Absolutely, you can go.
Okay,
You may go.
I'm gonna tap everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Well, this is
so
a big spell.
this is Old Stickfingers. Who is a legendary creature horror. When you cast this spell, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X creature cards. X being the extra mana that I spent to cast them. Put all creature cards revealed this way into your graveyard, then put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Old Stickfingers' power and toughness are equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So I had to spend these 2 for sure to summon him, which means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You're going to hit 6 creatures.
6 creatures. Here we go. That's not 1, so that
so
goes
just
to the bottom.
Everything goes to it goes to the bottom.
Goes on
Yeah.
the bottom of the deck, yeah.
That's not 1, so that goes to the bottom. That is 1, so that goes into my graveyard.
it's
So
got
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 3.
Four.
We're getting there.
5. Is a planeswalker a creature?
That is a creature when it's not on the battlefield, so that will, yeah.
6.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
So this is now a 6/6. Yes. Good. That's my turn.
So, Dom Allen, do your worst.
Well, I'm going to play a land. Yeah, big play over here. I think we'll have a forest. Yeah, lovely. So we've got a forest there, and I think I'll leave it there for now until we attack. Are we ready to attack?
Yeah. I mean, feel
Yeah.
free. Sorry, I had an activation when your creatures died.
Oh, yes.
Whenever
you did.
Falconwrath Noble or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Well, that's 3 creatures that died, right?
So we gain 3 life and you lose 3 life.
Yep, down to
but
39.
we also lost creatures. Does that count towards that as well?
It does.
Yeah.
So how many creatures did you lose? It was only 1. So I've lost 4 life, and you gain 4 life.
Oh, I can just do it every time.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you need to
lovely.
gain 4, so you get to 26.
Yay!
Oh, wow. I will attack with these 3.
Ooh!
Oh,
Any
big.
attacks from Laurie?
No.
Okay.
I don't,
Sitting
well, I haven't.
pretty.
Yeah, well, both of mine are really useful, and if you block them, they die. So I actually
Fair
kind of
enough.
want them to feed my engine. Right.
So I will block.
I don't mind losing everything on this one. I think it'll help us in the long run.
I will block these two that are closest to me.
Okay, lovely.
Before damage, you may flip one up for its mana cost, should you wish to.
I do wish to. So I'm going to tap this, which gives me two mana of
yep.
any one colour that I can only spend on permanents coming up. So that's going to be 2 green. And then I'm going to spend 4 more. So that's
6 mana creature.
1, 2, 3, and a 4. Which means I get to flip this guy up. This is Multani, Yavimaya's avatar. He's got reach and trample. He gets a +1. Well, first of all, he gets +1/+1 from this growing dread. So that's +1 already. I think we need a dice for this. He gets 1 for each land I control and each land in my graveyard.
Oh!
So he's on +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, +6, +7.
Oh, very nice.
That's bad. This is bad.
Yes, Tom.
+8, +9, +10, +11, +12, +13.
Yes!
It works! No!
So it is a 13/13 coming at me. So I'll take 13 down.
Yes!
Yes!
So for the first time, you guys actually have more life than me now.
Oh my god! We did it! We turned it around! We did it! We done it!
It just took the whole game!
Yes!
Oh,
Sure it
what
will.
happened to these?
They will die
They're
because they're
gone.
just tutus.
They're gone. I can't remember what they were because I haven't really looked at them.
Oh, 2 things have died. That's 2 damage for you and 2 life for us.
Hey!
Down to 23.
That was
How
it.
the turns have tabled.
Oh, delicious.
Love it.
Well
Love
done.
it.
Oh,
Any more for any more?
No, that's...
Nobody double spelled. That's so sad.
Ah, shame.
Monologue tax usually pays for itself. I've only had 2 treasures of it. Right, so is it my go? So I will untap. At the beginning of my upkeep, I will surveil 2. I'll put them both in the graveyard. It's an island and a telling time. And I will draw my card for turn. I'll put that in my hand. Then we shall unveil my next scheme. You exist only to amuse. When you set this scheme in motion, choose 1. If you control 6 or more lands, which I do, choose both instead. Create 3 1/1 red devil creature tokens. When this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Until your next turn, creatures your opponents control have base power and toughness 1/1 and lose all abilities.
no! Until the beginning of your next turn.
Yes.
Oh, but...
This gives me some scope to do stuff now. Okay.
What do you mean now?
For the first time this game.
Also, the narrative of this was great because Yavimaya died to come back as a giant tree.
Oh, that is nice.
That's pretty good, isn't it? That's very sweet. And now he's a weed. Yeah, he's just a weed.
It's just the 1/1 at the moment, which is fine. I'll play this Plains as my land for turn. Let's do some stuff, Because I've not done anything so far all game, so we might as well do something. Let's tap 4, 2, 3, 4, 5 to play Soaring Lightbringer. It's an enchantment creature, which will trigger this in a minute. Other enchantment creatures I control have flying. Whenever I attack a player, create a 1/1 white glimmer enchantment creature token that's tapped and attacking that player. So, trigger Fear of Sleep Paralysis. What would I like to tap down with a stun counter on it?
Oh no, I wonder what.
I think this is all about control now. So I'm not too worried about this Multani because it's 1/1. I think we will. I don't like this flyer. That can be tapped down with a stun counter on it. There we go. And when I attack, I will get another one. I'll get a glimmer, like a glimmer of hope, but not for you.
Horrible.
Right, so my enchantment creatures have flying. I will swing at you guys with a 6/6 and a 4/7 in the air. When I attack, I will create a 1/1 glimmer, which is an enchantment. It will enter, and I will tap down. I guess I'll just tap down the Harsh Mentor. I'll give us a harsh lesson for a harsh mentor. So this is 10 damage. Well, you'll be able to block and kill this, I presume. Oh no, you won't because you've got nothing untapped.
Well, also everything's 1/1.
So you'll have 11 damage coming at you.
Okay. It was nice to be ahead for like a little bit.
Yeah.
It felt good.
Felt good for a minute. Do you remember when we cheered?
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
awesome.
it seems like a long time ago, that doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I forgot to make my devils, so here they are. They are 1/1s, and when it dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Do I want to do more? I'm going to commit to the board, and I'm going to tap for 2 to play Starfield Mystic. Enchantment spells I cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever an enchantment I control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, I put a 1/1 counter on it. And on my end step, I will place a coin counter somewhere. What would I like to place a coin counter on, I think? Soaring Lightbringer has a coin counter on it.
Okay.
And, yeah, do your worst, guys.
Oh god.
Untap.
Okay. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose a card at random in your graveyard. If it's a creature card, put it into the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hand. Please be a big old creature. That would be nice. Here we go. This one. Oh, it is a creature.
Oh, what is it? Haywire Might. Oh, it destroys an artifact, right, when it comes in? Is that right?
Oh, okay. So
How does
we've got Haywire Might, who will be coming into the battlefield because it is a creature. When Haywire Might dies, you gain 2 life. If I spend a forest, sacrifice Haywire Might, exile target non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment. I might do that right away.
Mine's pretty simple. I could play blue and a green, and then 2 more to bring my commander back. Yes, yes. What do I need? 1.
Just 2 more, so
2
just
more.
tap those 2 lands.
Oh,
and
great.
resources.
Great. So she's back, and then I'll play a land, which means I manifest.
Manifest Dread.
Manifest some dread. You feeling dread? And this forest goes in the graveyard, which will contribute to this when it's back to normal as well.
Ooh,
Yep.
very
Fantastic,
nice.
fantastic. Love it, love it.
So in that case, I will play a swamp for my land. So I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to bring my commander back in.
Winter's back. Winter is coming.
And then I'm going to go ahead and do this. So I'm going to spend a forest to play this artifact creature, or sacrifice this artifact creature. So I'm going to exile target non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment.
Sure.
And when it dies, we also gain 2 life. So we will be gaining 2 life from this.
Nice. So you have 2 choices. You can hit my monologue tax, or you can hit my timely ward. That's
Oh,
got.
that's been... No, we
rubbish.
don't care about that. We need to take care of this.
Okay, so you're going to exile my timely
Yes.
ward. Bye-bye, timely ward. So there is still a coin counter on Fear of Sleep Paralysis, but it no longer has Indestructible.
Good.
Great.
But I wish to destruct it. So I'm going to tap these 3, 2 swamps, and a mountain to cast Bedevil. Destroy target artifact, creature, or planeswalker, and I will destroy that.
Fear of Sleep Paralysis, so it will be destroyed, and then because of the coin counter, it will come back to the battlefield and it will actually be untapped. So you've actually helped me here.
Oh well. Let's tap these anyway, whatever. I'll play this Seance board.
What does it do?
It's morbid. At the beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, add a soul counter to this board. I can spend the soul counters for extra mana.
Okay, well, this did technically die, so...
Yes, so I'll get 1 soul counter at the end step of the turn.
And I'll make a treasure for your second spell. Playing into my game.
Well, this is it. One mana for me, 1 mana for you.
No attacks, but then I've got end step stuff. I'm going to exile any number of cards from your graveyard with 4 or more card types among them. If you do, put a permanent card from among them onto the battlefield. It's going to be one of these guys.
Ooh.
It's anybody's game.
It's at that point now, isn't it, where it could just go either way.
I'm going to bring in Demolisher Spawn,
Well, it sounds
which
good.
has Trample and Haste. It has Delirium. Whenever the Demolisher Spawn attacks, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, other attacking creatures get +4/+4 until end of turn. It does have finality on it.
My go?
Yes.
Okay, so one particularly nefarious scheme, and I could yank this away from you. I will surveil 2, and I want neither of those. So this Plains and this Terramorphic Expanse will go to my graveyard, and I will draw my first card for turn, which is not something that I can miracle out.
Thank the Lord!
Right, so we'll go to my main phase, and I will unveil my
No.
next scheme. It just gets worse and worse for you. My Followers Ascend. When you set this scheme in motion, put 5 + 1 + 1 counters on a creature you control, and it gains flying and vigilance until end of turn. If you control no creatures, instead create a 4/4 colourless scarecrow artifact creature token with vigilance. So I do have creatures. Thinking now, what flyers do you guys have?
I've got
He doesn't.
Kefnet the Useless.
Not definitely useless. That's going to do loads for you. I'm going to put those 5 counters on my Commandante to give it flying. And that will go to the bottom. And guys, it's been a pleasure.
Oh no.
We're going to play a swamp.
Wait a minute.
So, flying damage. So all my enchantment creatures fly. So that means I have 4, 8, so that's 14, plus 7, 21 damage in the air. And what's your life total again?
19.
19.
And is 21 bigger than 19?
Yeah.
It's time to play that special card, Laurie.
Wait!
Good game, guys. Thank you very much.
game.
Thanks for
Well
playing.
done, well
It was closer than I
done.
thought it was going to be.
Yes.
Hey,
You know what?
we really snatched defeat from the jaws of defeat there. Thank you so much, Wally, for coming here and absolutely demolishing us.
Thank you for having me, guys. This has been loads of fun. This has been
You're
so
the
fun.
first expert to win on an NRB
Really?
versus. Yeah, I mean, out of 2. But you know, it's
First.
yeah, the first.
I'm like that guy in the comments who's like, first.
Yes, exactly.
We had a great time. Thank you so much also to Magic the Gathering, who sponsored this video for sending us all of the Duskmourn sets. If you want to check out more about Duskmourn, follow the link in the video description down below. Can't recommend it highly enough. It brings back the Arch Enemy format with these new cards. It's horror themed in time for Spooky Month, which is going to be really fun. You can get all of these pre-constructed decks by following that link in the video description, and also follow the other link in the video description to go check out Chad Magic, which is Wally's YouTube channel where you play Commander.
Yeah, Commander, very casual, play literally in my kitchen for now. Not spoiling anything. Yeah, so if you enjoyed what you saw, definitely check us out. We have our own Duskmourn game, and we've got about 40 other Commander videos too, so come check us out.
And stick around on NRB to see which expert we can rope in to beat us at something else in the future. But in the meantime, click on the videos that have appeared on screen now for more NRB goodness. We'll see you next time. 3, 2, 1, get on board!